Hi, my name is Awilda Jimenez, and I am the Virtual Content Specialist teacher from PS 386 in the Bronx. I've created this teacher-facing video in collaboration with Maria Friedland from the Division of Multilingual Learners. This teacher-facing video will focus on the independent practice portion of the Grade 4, Unit 3, Days 19 to 20 lesson entitled The Declaration of Independence. Our focus question is what events led to the war with Great Britain? And to recall, in part one, we are exploring and evaluating the grievances or complaints that made up the Declaration of Independence. Okay. Our lesson objective is to explore a variety of sources to identify the grievances and complaints at the center of the Declaration of Independence and analyze diverse perspectives on the idea of equality that the document promoted. Some scaffolds that you'll see for the independent practice portion really involve the groupings of your students. They should be heterogeneous groupings. If you use a discussion protocol in your classroom, either in your classroom or remotely when students are speaking, then feel free to use that. Students will be engaging in a sorting activity where they have to read information and categorize it and determine whether or not what they are reading shows that the colonists should go to war, or is the information that they're reading showing that the colonists should not be going to war. Again, a great tool to use that is recommended on the teacher's notes section of this lesson is readwordify.com, where students copy and paste the text here. And when they click on Rewordify, it gives them the same text, but defines or clarifies some terms or phrases to support students in accessing grade level content. For the Passport to Social Studies workbook, it would be really beneficial for multilingual learners and English language learners to have page 171 assigned to them the day before so they can have a chance to read the complaints. If you are on Teach Hub, the workbook pages are available in all of these languages. So again, the page is 171 because that is the information that students will need to be sorting in groups. So once students are in heterogeneous groups, they are going to do work in two sections. In the first section, they are going to pretend that they are neutral. They're trying to choose a side, whether we should go to war with England or we should not. We should keep things the way they are. So they're going to read off. Maybe you can have two students in a group or all students take turns reading one or two assigned list of complaints. And then students should share their thoughts on whether that is a good reason to go to war, and why is it a good reason to go to war. So we're really assessing students' synthesis of the information from previous lessons. They should be referring to taxes. They should be referring to the Proclamation Acts, the different tea parties, the intolerable acts. They should be referring to all of the events that occurred between the colonists and the British soldiers, especially the battle at Lexington and Concord, to support their decision. So that is one way of assessing while students are sorting. And then in section 2, they're reading additional pros and cons of going to war. And then the checking for understanding requires them to answer a question based on the activity. Okay, so if students have already had page 171 assigned to them, then they can focus on the debate, right? So this can be easily assigned on Google Classroom, or if you're using another platform, like Pear Deck. It'll be easy to have this slide and assign it to different groups. And students, whether they're working in the classroom or remotely, can read the information and then as a group decide these are reasons to go to war with England or these are not reasons to go to war with England and why. So students can engage in this activity for a few minutes. And then in section 2, here there is audio, but again, I highlighted some words that could help them understand some terms. For example, foreign aid could be money, food, or supplies. Students can copy the text and paste it onto Rewordify so that they can understand what the text is referring to. And then again, have a further understanding as to whether it is worth going to war with Great Britain or not. Okay, and here, students will be highlighting their best reason, right? What is the strongest reason why the colonists should support going to war with England and why? And what is the strongest reason why the colonists should oppose going to war with England and why? So again, within their groups, they can have a discussion as to selecting, once they have categorized all of the reasons, they should have a debate on which one do they think is the strongest reason to go to war and which one is the strongest for not going to war. Okay, and finally, independently, students should answer if they personally feel that it is worth going to war with England, why or why not. Now, it's important to tell students that if in their group, they all decided that on one answer, independently, if their answer is a little different from their group's answer, that is okay. They can answer the question by recording an audio or video of themselves, or they can type their response. So they have those 3 options. Our multilingual learners have 3 options for giving their personal responses. Thank you.